what's going on? Welcome back. I'm going to be talking about the Vectis along with the Riven that I got, because since Plains of Eidolon is drawing near, especially releasing on console, people are wondering as far as with the build that I have for my Vectis. You don't have to put as much form as I put in this, just because I've been experimenting with a number of builds in the past when it comes to this weapon. You may need like at least 3, 4, or 5 forma, but since with the Riven that I got here and me utilizing Prime Shred, it's like, yeah, I gotta go beyond the threshold of what I actually wanted to do, but it was well worth it. As you can see, high voltage, malignant force for that corrosive, point strike for that crit chance, and also, as you can see, when it comes to the Vectis, you see 138.2 for that crit chance, 87% for the multi-shot, but 104 crit damage, negative 42.7 as far as with the fire rate. Now you see why I put Prime Shred in there, so I could offset that, and on top of that add more punch through to it. Depleted reload, split chamber serration is in there for the standard purposes of the damage, and on top of that depleted reload for the magazine capacity, so it could be at 1 and to up that reload speed. But as far as with the stats, as you see, 97.1, 4.1 on the crit multiplier, 95% status chance, right on the dot. It's like the ideal setup that I was looking for, but I wasn't expecting the critical chance to be so high for the Vectis. It could be higher if the critical chance was higher for my Riven. So let's just see how this thing performs in action. Now, to start off, most people like to go up against like at least level 65 or level 70 enemies. And since within the plains you're going to be dealing with a whole bunch of Grineer anyway, so I was like, alright, let me whip out some of these guys here. Now let me see, as far as with enemy level, like I said, I'm going to go probably like to at least 50 something, but I'm going to go like at least 70. Have these guys out here. I'm gonna have them pause. Alright, I'm gonna simulate that, and the reason why I'm gonna be using the Vectis probably along with the Volcar Wraith is because of the rawness that they deal. But the Vectis to me is gonna be like the ideal weapon when it comes to these guys. Oh jeez, these are Eximuses, but still it should be dealing the damage needed anyway. So aim for the head, start shooting. As you can see, this is why punch through is on this damn thing, because again, you want to take as many lives as possible, and with the Vectis it's going to do just that. And that's why I like having Prime Shred on. I practically have it on most of my sniper rifles and such, so it's really a good idea to rock that Prime Shred. I know most people probably don't even have this mod, because again, it comes basically by login rewards, so you're gonna have to keep logging in so that you could get this beast. But let me see if I could put in some other enemies up in there as well. Let me throw out these guys. I haven't really used them for target practice to see how they would fare off against it, but it's gonna be the same result anyway. I'm just showing you the rawness of the Vectis Prime along with this Riven, because again, the critical chance is almost at 100%. So it's gonna yield the same devastating results. Once you aim for their head, they're practically dead. So as you can see right there, rawness and the power. And last but not least, if you want to use this in the void, you're gonna have to practically hit them in the head, like in the chest or the legs and whatnot. You're not gonna be dealing the optimal amount of damage that you would like to do on these guys. So let me just up this up to like at least level 100, because that's what most people be seeing in the game anyway. So let me whip these guys out right here. Okay, there you go. So I'm just utilizing Prime Shred, and I like to line up my enemies like this anyway, just when it comes with the Vectis. So as you can see, Slash Box already dealing damage on him already. It says multiple guys behind him. Practically the Slash owned him. So as a result, cut that the armor off with the corrosive, and you're gonna be dealing the optimal amount of damage. the guy behind him dies, but not him. I don't know how that makes any form of sense, but it is what it is, man. But as you can see, the Vectis makes quick work of them. The reason why, as we all know, heavy gunners, corrupted heavy gunners have so much armor, you're going to have to tweak that armor off just by putting in the whole corrosive action. And that's why I like the setup that I have here, thanks to this Riven, because again, having the multi-shot in there so you could boost up that status to 95%. And on top of that, critical chance and crit damage so you could get that critical game going. So this Riven, I like it as far as with the Vectis. So as far as with this setup, I'm good with this as far as me going in the planes once, you know, the PoE drops for console. So that's pretty much my setup right there, guys, as far as with the Vectis Prime with the Riven. This was actually a requested video. A person wanted me to cover the Vectis along with the Riven, so there you are. So